Calcium is often called the foundation of life, and for good reason. It is the most abundant mineral in the human body, accounting for roughly 2% of an adult's total body weight. While most people associate calcium with strong bones, its role goes far deeper. Calcium is essential to movement, circulation, nerve communication, and even survival itself. Your body handles calcium with remarkable precision. Nearly 99% of it is stored in your bones and teeth, where it provides structure, strength, and protection. This massive reserve acts like a mineral savings account. The remaining 1% circulates through your blood and soft tissues, performing tasks so vital that life could not continue without it. This small fraction keeps your heart beating, allows your muscles to contract, enables your nerves to fire, and ensures your blood can clot when you're injured. Because the human body cannot manufacture calcium on its own, it must come from food or supplements. When intake falls short, the body doesn't simply adapt, it compensates. It pulls calcium from the bones to protect essential organs. Over time, this borrowing weakens the skeleton and raises the risk of serious health problems. Understanding calcium isn't just about preventing brittle bones. It's about supporting longevity, metabolic efficiency, and overall resilience. To truly appreciate its importance, we need to explore the science-backed benefits of maintaining optimal calcium levels. The first and most well-known benefit of calcium is its role in building and maintaining bone density. Bones are not lifeless structures, they are living tissue, constantly broken down and rebuilt through a process known as remodeling. Calcium acts as the primary building block in this ongoing reconstruction. During childhood and adolescence, calcium helps the body build peak bone mass. Most people reach their highest bone density by around age 30. After that point, the goal shifts from building bone to preserving it. If calcium intake becomes insufficient, the body enters a withdrawal state, removing calcium from the skeleton to support vital systems like the heart and nervous system. Over time, this leads to osteopenia, a condition where bone density falls below normal, and eventually osteoporosis, where bones become fragile and prone to fractures. This process is especially concerning for postmenopausal women, as declining estrogen levels accelerate bone loss. Adequate calcium intake becomes a frontline defense against debilitating hip and spinal fractures later in life. Beyond bones, calcium plays a critical role in oral health. Tooth enamel, the hardest substance in the human body, is largely composed of calcium. This enamel acts as a protective shield for the sensitive layers beneath, but it is constantly challenged by acids produced by oral bacteria. Every time you eat, the environment in your mouth becomes more acidic, causing minerals to leach out of enamel in a process called demineralization. Calcium in your saliva helps reverse this damage through remineralization, repairing microscopic weak points before they become cavities. A mineral-rich diet is essential to maintaining this natural repair process. Calcium also supports the jawbone that anchors your teeth in place. When calcium levels are low, the body may pull calcium from the jaw, weakening its structure. This can lead to loose teeth, gum disease, and eventual tooth loss. Maintaining proper calcium intake helps preserve both the strength of your enamel and the stability of your smile. Calcium is equally essential for muscle function. Every movement you make, whether it's walking, blinking, or lifting an object, depends on calcium signaling. Muscles cannot contract on their own. They rely on calcium ions to act as the on-off switch. When a nerve stimulates a muscle, calcium is released inside the muscle cell. This calcium binds to proteins within the muscle fibers, allowing them to shorten and generate force. Once the calcium is pumped away, the muscle relaxes. Without enough calcium, this system breaks down. Low calcium levels can lead to muscle cramps, weakness, fatigue, and involuntary spasms. In severe cases, muscles can enter a state of constant, painful contraction. Stable calcium levels are critical for everyone, from everyday movers to elite athletes. Perhaps one of calcium's most vital roles is in cardiovascular health. The heart is a muscle driven by electrical signals, and calcium is a key messenger in this process. Calcium ions carry electrical impulses that trigger each heartbeat, coordinating the contraction of the heart's chambers. During every heartbeat, calcium enters heart muscle cells and initiates contraction. This mechanism is so central to heart function that certain medications, known as calcium channel blockers, are used to manage high blood pressure and irregular heart rhythms. Calcium also supports the smooth muscles that line blood vessel walls, allowing arteries to contract and relax appropriately. This ensures efficient blood flow throughout the body. Maintaining proper calcium balance helps protect heart rhythm, circulation, and overall cardiovascular stability. Closely tied to heart health is calcium's role in regulating blood pressure. Calcium helps control how blood vessels constrict and relax, maintaining the correct vascular tone. When calcium levels are adequate, blood vessels remain flexible and responsive. Research has consistently shown that diets rich in calcium are associated with lower blood pressure. Calcium helps the kidneys excrete excess sodium, prevents arteries from over-constricting, and regulates hormones that influence blood pressure. Together, these effects reduce strain on the heart and help protect long-term vascular health. Another life-saving function of calcium lies in blood clotting. Calcium acts as a critical cofactor in the coagulation cascade, the series of chemical reactions that allow blood to clot after injury. Without calcium, bleeding would not stop efficiently. Known in medical science as clotting factor 4, calcium enables clotting proteins and platelets to bind together at wound sites. Without sufficient calcium, wounds heal more slowly, bruising becomes more common, and the risk of dangerous bleeding increases. This is why the body fiercely protects calcium levels in the bloodstream, even at the expense of bone strength. Calcium is also indispensable to the nervous system. While nerves transmit electrical signals, calcium makes communication between nerve cells possible. When an electrical impulse reaches the end of a nerve, calcium channels open, allowing calcium ions to flow in. This triggers the release of neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that pass signals to the next cell. If calcium levels drop too low, nerves can become overly excitable. This may result in tingling sensations, muscle twitching, cognitive fog, mood changes, or even seizures in severe cases. Maintaining precise calcium levels ensures smooth communication between the brain, muscles, and sensory systems. Calcium also influences metabolism and weight regulation. While it is not a weight loss solution on its own, calcium plays a role in how the body stores and burns fat. Low calcium intake increases levels of calcitriol, a hormone that signals fat cells to store more fat and slows fat breakdown. Adequate calcium intake suppresses this signal, potentially supporting healthier fat metabolism. Calcium can also bind small amounts of dietary fat in the digestive tract, reducing how much is absorbed. Together, these effects help create a metabolic environment that supports energy balance. For many women, calcium offers meaningful relief from premenstrual syndrome. Calcium levels fluctuate during the menstrual cycle, and low levels are associated with worsened PMS symptoms, such as mood swings, bloating, and cramps. Research shows that adequate calcium intake can significantly reduce the severity of these symptoms. It helps stabilize neurotransmitter activity, supports muscle relaxation, and reduces water retention. Consistent calcium intake helps buffer the hormonal shifts that occur each month, improving both physical comfort and emotional stability. One of the most misunderstood roles of calcium is its relationship with kidney stones. Although many kidney stones are made of calcium oxalate, consuming enough dietary calcium actually reduces risk. When calcium is present in the digestive tract, it binds to oxalates from food and carries them out of the body before they reach the kidneys. Without enough calcium, oxalates are absorbed into the bloodstream and concentrated in urine, where stones can form. Dietary calcium consumed with meals is especially protective. Knowing the benefits of calcium is only half the equation. Absorption is equally important. Calcium requires supportive nutrients to be used effectively. Vitamin D is essential for transporting calcium from the intestines into the bloodstream. Without it, absorption drops dramatically.
Magnesium and vitamin K2 also play critical roles. Magnesium activates vitamin D, while vitamin K2 directs calcium into bones and teeth instead of soft tissues. Together, these nutrients ensure calcium is deposited where it belongs. Certain substances can interfere with absorption, including excessive sodium, caffeine, and compounds like oxalates and phytic acid. Balancing calcium intake with supportive nutrients maximizes its effectiveness. Ultimately, calcium is involved in nearly every vital function of the human body, from skeletal strength and heart rhythm to nerve signaling and metabolic balance. Its impact is profound. Most adults need between 1,000 and 1,200 milligrams of calcium per day, depending on age and gender. While supplements can help, a food-first approach is generally recommended. Calcium-rich foods such as dairy, leafy greens, and fortified products, paired with adequate vitamin D, offer the most reliable support. By prioritizing calcium, you are not just protecting your bones, you are investing in long-term strength, stability, and resilience throughout your entire body.